Hey folks, how is it going? Welcome to our channel, AI Future Tech, where AI meets tomorrow. AI, it's not just sci fi anymore, right? It's everywhere, and it's the future. But before we talk about the future, let's unveil the past of AI. How about we hop onto an AI time machine? That would be fun. So, buckle up because we are diving into the awesome world of artificial intelligence. From the old school days in the 1950s to the futuristic vibes of 2023, get ready for the ultimate AI roller coaster. I can assure you one thing, no boring tech jargon here, just pure, unfiltered wonder at how humanity has chased the dream of smart machine for centuries. With that, let's look at what's in store for us. Alright, let's kick it off in the 50s, the original era of AI. That's when smart folks started dreaming up machines that could think like humans. Fast forward to the 60s and 70s, symbolic AI and expert systems takes the stage. People were trying to teach computers human smarts, laying the groundwork for some early AI tricks. But hold up, the 70s to 80s got rough, the AI winter. Investors cooled off and folks got skeptical. It was a bit of a bummer time for AI. Jumping to the 80s and 90s, we got the rise of neural network. Think of it as a rebirth. Scientists got pumped about teaching machines with brain-inspired networks. But, history repeats itself. Enter the 90s with second AI winter. Less cash, less buzz. AI was in a bit of a slumber again. Fast forward to the 2000s, and it's the machine learning renaissance. Fancy algorithms and tons of data gave AI a second wind. We were back. Zoom into the 2010s. Deep learning takes over. Thanks to mega improvements in neural networks and supercomputers, AI starts doing mind-blowing stuff. And now, in the 21st century, AI is everywhere. From Siri to self-driving cars, it's like living in a sci-fi movie. So, get comfy because we are going back in time to explore the wild ride of artificial intelligence. With that, let's rewind to the 1950s. Imagine a world when there were no smartphones or personal computers. The whole idea of a machine that could think, learn, and maybe even win at chess, that was straight out of a sci-fi movie. But then a bunch of geniuses, scientists, math whizzes, and deep thinkers decided to dream big about artificial minds. These were the pioneers who planted the seeds for what we now call AI. So in 1950, this genius mathematician named Alan Turing asked, "Can machines think?" in a super cool paper called Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Turing's ideas kicked off all the deep talks about AI, both the deep thinking and the techie kind. The stage was set, and the whole mission of making smart machines was a go. Jump to 1956. AI, artificial intelligence, officially became a term. The Dartmouth Conference, put together by John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, and a couple of geniuses, is where they dropped the term AI. This conference was like day one for AI as its own field of study. And here is a surprise. Neural networks, those brainy concepts, not so new. Back in 1958, the scientist Frank Rosenblatt brought out the perceptron, a neural network that's all about pattern recognition. Oh, and machine learning? Yeah, that term is from the 50s too. In 1959, Arthur Samuel, hanging out at IBM, coined the term machine learning. Now, there is no one-size-fits-all definition for it. Everyone has their own spin. But Arthur, he kept it simple. He said machine learning is the field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being told what to do. Now let's dive into the groovy 60s, also known as the golden decade, a time of cool cultural shifts and mind-blowing discoveries. And hey, don't forget that the AI scene was quietly but steadily making progress. Smart folks were dreaming up a world where machines could think, learn stuff, and maybe even act like human. Let's check out some examples. So in 1961, we got Unimate, the industrial robot. Picture this: a robotic arm doing its thing on an assembly line. It was a trailblazer in the world of robotics, showing everyone how robots could be in manufacturing. It basically set the stage for the whole robotic revolution we are living right now. Fast forward to 64 at MIT, and we meet Eliza, the original chatbot. Eliza could chat it up with people, although maybe not as much as your best buddy. Still, Eliza laid down the groundwork for the future of chit-chatting with AI. Now, in 66, over at Stanford, we get Shaky, the robot. Not a dance floor sensation, but it was the first robot to move around and make its own decisions. Using cameras and sensors, Shaky cruised through its environment, marking a big leap in the smart of robots. And can we talk about my fave, Hal, from the sci-fi classic 2001 A Space Odyssey? Hal wasn't just a movie character. It was like a peek into the future of a super smart computer running a spaceship, chatting, reasoning, and even showing some feelings. Sure, it had its creepy moments, but let's focus on the mind-blowing capabilities, okay? No need to go into the dark side. After the golden age comes the AI winter. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth is an AI winter? Well, it's not about snow or chilly weather. It's a metaphorical term used to describe a time when enthusiasm and funding for artificial intelligence took a bit of a dip. Here's why it happened. Number one, overpromising. Some folks got a bit carried away and promised super smart machines that could do almost anything. When reality fell short, people started raising eyebrows and getting doubtful. Number two, funding freeze. With big expectations and not enough results, the cash flow for AI projects hit a bit of standstill. Folks started questioning if putting money into AI was really worth it. Even in the midst of the doubt, there was a cool thing called Mycin. It was like a digital doc focusing on medical problem solving. Mycin could suggest treatments for infectious diseases, bringing some real-world intelligence to the medical scene. Smart people started creating something super cool called neural networks. Think of them like virtual brains that try to learn and make decisions, just like us. So in 86, there was this breakthrough moment. Scientists cracked the code on teaching computers. It's like handing them a study guide. This cool thing called backpropagation came into play, letting computers learn from their mistakes and up their game in different tasks. Then in 89, here comes the convolutional neural network. This gave computers the superhero ability to see and get what's going on in images. Kind of like how we do. It's like the machine got a pair of digital eyes. Back in the 1990s, AI was like an adventurous explorer trying to navigate the tech world. One major game changer was the birth of the World Wide Web, that's the internet, in 1991. It made sharing info a breeze and set the stage for AI to do its learning and growing. And hey, even though Python is a big deal nowadays, it was cooked up by Mr. Guido back in the 90s. Back then, who knew Python would become such a big player in the future of AI? Around 95, the AI world got even more exciting. Alice, the chatbot, stepped onto the scene. Alice could talk with people through text, making it one of the first chatbots that could understand and respond in a way that felt almost human. It was like having a virtual chat buddy on the internet. Now, the big highlight of 97? Deep Blue. The computer faced off against the world chess champ, Garry Kasparov. Drum roll, Deep Blue came out on top. This was huge because it showed that computers could outsmart the best human chess brains. People were blown away by how AI could think strategically and pull off genius moves, just like a chess champ. Now, back in the day, around the early 2000s, AI was like that shy kid in the class. It had potential, but it was still figuring things out. Fast forward a bit, we hit the machine learning renaissance. Sounds like a fancy term, right? Well, let me break it down for you. Imagine your computer learning things on its own. That's the magic of machine learning. Between 2000 and 2010, AI hit a growth spurt. It started recognizing patterns, making predictions, and becoming a real smarty pants. This era was like AI's rebellious teenage years, breaking free from the constraints and surprising us all. Let me give you some examples. Picture this, the year 2000, where the world witnessed the birth of robotics superstar named Da Vinci. No, not the artist, but a robotic surgeon. Da Vinci, with its nifty robotic arms and precise movements, joined the operating room, helping doctors perform surgeries with incredible accuracy. It was like having a high-tech surgical assistant, revolutionizing the way we thought about medicine and machines working together. Fast forward to 2001 and enter the GPU revolution. Not as flashy as it sounds, but oh so important. Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU, originally designed for rendering cool graphics in video games, and ended up with a new calling. Scientists realized these powerhouses could handle the heavy lifting needed for complex calculations in AI. Suddenly, our computers were turbocharged, making AI processors faster and way more efficient. On to 2002 with a cute little helper, the Roomba. No more sweeping and vacuuming for us because Roomba, the robotic vacuum cleaner, hit the market. It zipped around our homes, dodging furniture and cleaning up messes, giving us more time to kick back and relax, meaning watching YouTube videos, right? In 2004, Asimo, Honda's humanoid robot, came to light. This little guy could walk, run, and even climb stairs. Asimo was like the real-life Wall-E, showcasing the incredible progress in robotics. It made us dream of a future where robots could do more than just vacuum. They could be our buddies too. Now let's head to the stars. Well, almost. In 2004, NASA sent twin rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, to Mars. These little explorers wheeled around the Martian surface, sending back breathtaking images and crucial data. It was like having our own eyes and ears on another planet, making us feel a little closer to the mysteries of the cosmos. Ever wonder how your camera knows where your face is? Well, thank 2004 for introducing us to the face detection technology. Suddenly, our devices became super savvy at recognizing faces in photos, making it easier to capture those picture-perfect moments. No more blurry faces in group shots. AI was helping us look our best. In 2005, Boston Dynamics brought us Big Dot, a game changer in robotics. Forget the cute name. It was a four-legged robot that rocked at moving through tough spots. Big Dot showed off its fancy footwork, setting the scene for a whole new robot era. It was like seeing a robotic acrobat, hinting at cool ways machines could move. It wasn't just a robot, it was a sneak peek into the future of machines being nimble and flexible. Get ready to jump, duck, and dance because in 2009, Microsoft introduced the Kinect sensor. This magical device turned our bodies into controllers, letting us interact with games and applications using gestures and movements. It was like stepping into the future of gaming, where you didn't need a joystick, your body was a joystick. In 2009, the tech world got a sweet present: 3D printing, turning digital designs into real tangible things. 3D printers became like the artist of the tech scene, whipping up everything from toys to tools. It was like having a little factory at your desk, sparking creativity and making DIY projects super easy. Now let's talk about 2010 and recent achievements. Oh, and we can't forget about deep learning. It's like the secret sauce of AI, making machines learn from data like a pro. The idea is to mimic the human brain, and let me tell you, it's working like a charm. Deep learning algorithm became the rock stars of AI, making everything from voice recognition to self-driving cars smarter than ever. Ever heard of Watson? No, not your neighbor's cat. I'm talking about the IBM's Watson, the super smart computer that rocked the game show Jeopardy! In 2011, Watson went head to head with the human champions and won. It was like watching a robot genius show off its skills. One of the coolest things that happened during this time was the ImageNet challenge in 2012. AI was like, I can see too. Computer vision, the tech behind teaching machines to understand and interpret visual information, took a giant leap. The ImageNet challenge made it a big deal by improving image recognition accuracy. It was like AI put on a superhero glasses. But wait, there is more. AI wasn't just about seeing, it wanted to chat like a pro too. Enter NLP, natural language processing. Think of it as teaching machines to understand and respond to human language. AI was getting chatty, making conversation feel like a breeze. No more awkward silences with your computer. Around the same time, Siri came into our lives in 2011. If you've got an iPhone, you know what I'm talking about. It's like your phone's personal assistant. You can ask Siri anything and it will chat back, tell jokes, and even help you find stuff. Siri turned our phones into a chatty pals, and suddenly, asking your phone for direction felt like having a friendly conversation. In 2014, Microsoft introduced Cortana. Cortana was a fancy voice assistant on your computer. It helps out with all sorts of tasks, making your digital life easier. It's like having your computer understand you when you talk to it, turning your tech into a helpful sidekick. Check this out. In 2014, there was a chatbot named Eugene Guzman. It's like a computer pretending to be a 13-year kid. What's wild? It convinced people it was a real person during conversation. Eugene showed that AI could chat just like us, making it a bit tricky to tell if you are talking to a human or a computer. Moving on to 2014, say hello to Alexa. It's the brain behind those Amazon Echo devices. Alexa listens to your voice and does all sorts of things. Plays music, sets reminder, and even tells you a joke. It's like having a tech-savvy buddy right at home, ready to chat and make life a bit more fun. In 2016, Sophia entered the scene. A humanoid robot that could talk, express emotions, and even get citizenship in Saudi Arabia. It's like having a robot friend who's surprisingly human-like. Sophia made us wonder about a future where robots and humans could hang out together, blurring the lines between machines and pals. In 2016 also, we brought Google Home to our home, a smart speaker with Google Assistant inside. It's like having a little helper at home. Ask it questions, tell it to play music, and it'll do the job. Google Home made our living spaces a bit smarter and added a touch of tech magic to our daily routine. Fast forward to 2018, and Google dropped something called BERT. It's not a person, it's a fancy way of making your online searches way smarter. BERT helps Google understand what you're looking for, just like reading your mind a bit. So it's like upgrading your search engine to be more like a helpful friend who gets you. In 2020, OpenAI rolled out GPT-3, a language model that's like a super smart text generator. It can write articles, stories, and all sorts of things. It's like having a virtual writer buddy that can create stuff based on what you ask. GPT-3 showed us that computers can be pretty creative too. Finally, in 21, OpenAI introduced DALL-E. Again, not a person, it's an AI artist. Give it a description and it makes pictures. Want a combo of a giraffe and a sandcastle? DALL-E can make it happen. It's like having an AI friend who's really good at drawing and turns your crazy idea into cool visuals. First up, let's talk about healthcare. Imagine if doctors had a sidekick that could process tons of medical data in the blink of an eye. Well, AI is that sidekick. It helps doctors diagnose diseases faster, plan treatments, and even predict health issues before they become a big deal. It's like having a medical superhero on our team. Now let's talk about dollars and cents. AI is also a big player in the finance game. It helps us manage our money better, detect fraud, and make smarter investments. So it's not just about the math whizzes on the Wall Street. AI is like our financial BFF, helping us make sense of the money maze. Okay, buckle up, because we are hitting the road with autonomous vehicle. Picture this, cars that drive themselves. I don't think you have to picture it because we already have it. AI is behind the wheel, making split-second decision to keep us safe on the road. It's not just cool, it's like having a personal chauffeur without the fancy hat. Now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about ethics. Yeah, AI is powerful, but with great power comes great responsibility, just like in superhero movies. We need to make sure AI is used for good, respecting privacy, being fair, and not causing any harm. It's like teaching our AI buddy to be a superhero with a heart of gold. Alright, hold on to your hats, because we are about to get a little futuristic. Ever heard of quantum computing? It's like the next gen superhero of the tech world. Instead of just ones and zeros, quantum computers use qubits that can do crazy calculations super fast. So brace yourself for even more mind-blowing possibilities in the near future. In a nutshell, AI is the unsung hero of our century. It's helping us in ways we might not even notice, making our lives easier, safer, and more fun. Just remember, with great tech comes great responsibility. So let's keep it ethical and make sure the future is as awesome as it can be. Now, let's summarize. The evolution of AI has been a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs and incredible breakthroughs. From symbolic AI to neural networks, AI winters to machine learning renaissance, and now the era of Gen AI. We have come a long way. As you noticed, the early days of AI might seem old-fashioned compared to the self-driving cars and chatbots of today. But those pioneers laid the foundation for everything we see now. They faced challenges, made mistakes, and kept pushing the boundaries. So next time you're using your smartphone or interacting with AI in any way, Remember the folks who started it all back in the 1950s. They dared to dream of intelligent machines, and their legacy lives on in every interaction of our tech filled world. So, friends, here is my call to action. What are your thoughts on AI? What excites you about its future? And what are the other topics in AI that you are interested to hear from me? Leave a comment below and let's chat. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more AI future tech adventures in the world of tomorrow.